nuclear option cinematics. Now, if you're one of my viewers, you've probably seen some of my videos where I've created cinematics, and some people have been wondering, how do I make these? Well, in this video, I'll be showing you guys how I make cinematics. Now, if you're one of those people that don't care about it, but if you want to actually see me make this cinematic, well, let's get into it. Alright, hello everyone. So, to start off, I need some type of song. Now, there's a ton of songs that I listen to, but mainly any song that catches my ear, I'll probably use as a cinematic. And lately, I've been watching ReZero, which by the way is an amazing show, you should totally watch it. And this song over here has caught my ear, so I'm gonna copy the link, and I'll probably get copyrighted, knowing YouTube, for this song, but honestly, I don't care. Now, I'm using Premiere Pro. How to make a cinematic. Now, I'm gonna drag the song in, voila, and we have it in Premiere Pro. Now, I will actually put some markers. If I press M, as you can see, I'm placing some markers. I'm going to place markers in moments I think there'll be a shot change, or something will change, right? Like, let's say a scene change. Also, last thing, I'm gonna set my frame rate to 25, just because cinematics and films are filmed in 24 or 25 frames per second. And I like to do that with my cinematics too. I'm actually going to show you guys one more thing. When I record in OBS, I actually record it at 90 frames, mainly because the more frames you have, the more you'll be able to make some type of motion below. I'll show you later on once I'll finish recording some scenes. Now, when placing these markers, what I really like to do is I like to sync every scene change with the song. So an example, obviously you can see 1. And right here, I can tell that there's a tone change. And here I'm imagining, like, let's say something exploding or something happening in this moment when the song just kind of goes. And as you can see, basically every little scene change is synced with the music. I think it's just the most satisfying when it's like that. And over here, I don't like how they made the song just suddenly cut off over here, so I'm actually going to add a little reverb. So, yeah, studio reverb, boom. And I think that's a nice little end, where it just kind of cuts off. So now we have all the markers, so now we get to the fun part. So this part is hard, mainly because you have to come up with the shots, and I'm not a very original person. Alright, I'm going to create a new mission, new. I think I'll use Ignis for this cinematic, because I don't do a lot of Ignis cinematics, so hey, it'll be a little change. I think this place looks like a good enough beginning. Actually, I'm going to go a bit higher, see how that will come out. Ooh, yeah, this looks, okay, this looks good. A bit in the future, so as you can see, I've done a bit of work. This is only 4 shots, so it's very basic. I've got a very simple plan of what I'm doing here. I did a few simple shots for the camera tool. Example, just moving across the ocean, as you can see, or just flying forwards. A little nice sunrise shot, which I think looks the best. And then this shot where there's a little explosion, and then boom, beautiful. To show you guys how I actually plan out these shots, I just think that right now, as you can see, ships together, sunrise. I'm just imagining this in my head. All of this, it's just simple text planning like this, and then I just try to do these shots in nuclear option. Alright everyone, so this is one of the shots I'll be doing right here. I'm gonna hold C, press control, make sure I've selected this aircraft over here, this eye for it, and once I'm on the control menu, I can move around freely. I'm gonna press U so the camera doesn't roll over the aircraft, and that's not what I'm wanting it to achieve. And I'll set the FOV to around 20. Now I'm gonna do a little simple pan, because mainly what I'm wanting to do is make the camera go around and reveal these ifrits. So -2. Alright, -3. Hold C, undo the slow-mo. And that is a pretty good shot. Okay, so I've done a bit of work over here, as you can see. I don't think this is my best work, but I'm trying to be the most creative I can before going to sleep for today, since I'm gonna move this on to tomorrow. Thank you, past me. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, hello. This is me in the future now, a bit more in the future. So I had to record and edit all of this yesterday. I kind of sped around this now that I think about it. I basically did all of this in one day, which is kind of insane to think about. I need a life. Anyway, here's what I've done so far. There are a couple shots I really like, and a couple shots I want to redo. Again, I'll be right back after I change a couple shots, just to make sure that they come out how I want them to come out. Okay, so I want to redo 3 shots, and one of the shots is actually one of the tanks in terminal control, if I load the mission terminal control. And then we will see these guys over here, driving over this bridge here. I'm wanting to do a little top-down shot of these guys, just driving over it. So let's just play and see how that will come out. And while they drive away, I'm going to show you guys how I do some certain shots with the camera control menu. Now, to achieve a really simple shot of these guys driving over, I'm going to speed up time. And now I'm going to stop time. I'm going to set the FOV to around 30, since that's just like the norm for some cinematic shots. I'm going to go on to your, set it to around 5, see how that will come out. I want the shot to be a bit of spinning. If I press spacebar, then you'll see that. Okay, cool. Let's hold C. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and kaboom. Very simple, but I think it will look better than what we have right now. Now, the second shot that I want to achieve is actually one of the ships exploding. Now, let's look for the Hyperion class carrier right here. Beautiful. Alright, we're gonna get a Dynamo class carrier just so we'll have some action and shooting. And now we will get, I'll place a couple GPO2 Olgas, or however you call them, sorry. And I think 3 should be enough to cause a little nice explosion. Watchable for the viewers. So now we have everything paused. I'm going to go into my control menu. Now, I'm going to set my FOV to a bit higher, maybe. Actually, I want to see how this will look. I think that's good. We can play. Beautiful. That is exactly what I've wanted. And now, for the last shot, I just need escalation. Make another sunset. It will just look nice. Save. And nuclear option has bugged itself! Sorry, that was a little overreaction on my side, my bad. Anyway, now the map isn't broken anymore. Because we have one shot of the Ifrit flying over the airbase, I'm gonna have the nuke going off here, exactly at this airbase. So now I'll just place a couple aircraft just for some action. Now we just resume time. I'm gonna try and take a shot from this position and see how that'll come out. Now, I want the camera to be moving fast to invoke the feeling of, you know, urgency for the viewer. Beautiful. That is what I wanted. And now I can Alt F4, and that's basically all the shots I needed. Okay, so I finally finished everything that I've did. I added the necessary effects, like let's say shake effect. And all that's left right now is color grading. I'm gonna go through every individual shot. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to know how to achieve this low, you see this? This is basically the blur effect. I recommend to record in OBS at 90 FPS and set your time interpolation from frame sampling to frame blending. Then you'll have this nice looking motion blur effect. I'll show you guys an example, one of these shots, and I'll color grade one of them and show you how I normally do this. So an example, let's take this shot. As you can see, it looks good, right? This is just nuclear options raw footage. The way I learned color grading, which is really weird to say, but I just pressed random buttons and just observed what each setting button, what each slider did. So I've learned that highlights. Highlights really make everything, you know, bright, less bright. Now I go into the curves tab, and this part can seem a bit alien for everyone that, you know, doesn't know how this stuff works. And also if you're using a bad video editor, I'm so sorry. Basically, I like to do 3 little dots like this. Now that I've put down these, I just slowly put these up and down and see what they do. Mess around with every one of these settings if you want to, especially if you're a Premiere Pro user. Editor, let's speedrun this one. Alright, I have finally finished color grading. Took a bit longer than I would like it to, but hey, I finally finished.